Hey there everybody, Racecrafter here, and welcome to the Lands of Roguemoor, a new creative build series here on the channel, where I will be transforming villages and building new ones for the Roguen people. And what I think would be really cool is if I could get you, my awesome viewers, a little more involved. Maybe you guys could suggest some build styles, some themes and that for each village, and I could execute those to the best of my abilities. It would be kind of fun to see what you guys come up with and challenge me with some types of builds that I've never done before, or just something super crazy. I'm all up for it. And this first village doesn't really have any theme or anything. I just kind of started building stuff and the idea popped in my head, hey, let's make a new series. It would be fun. It would be cool. Just a new way to kind of explore new styles and different types of builds and that, where I don't have any restrictions and that through a survival world. Also be a fun way to you know, like I said, to have you guys involved. We can all do this together. Eventually it could be a downloadable map at the end when we're done. This first episode I'm going to be building this building right here. This is the village library. It's a big one. I've built something similar to it on World of Solitude, but I've changed it up a bit. I've added some angles to it. I think it's a really cool build. I've got a nice time lapse with it, and I will also be doing some voiceover, kind of giving you some thoughts on my build process and that. Oh, and I think it would also be really cool if you guys could maybe offer up some suggestions for the names of the villages too, because I haven't even thought of names for that, so maybe you guys can come up with something really cool. So without further ado, let's get into the time lapse. Hope you all enjoy. So when I first started here, tearing down this house, I didn't realize who lived there. So I promised this lovely librarian that I would build him a grand new library for all his books. I didn't really have a plan in mind for block palette or anything. I did have a plan for the layout, so I just kind of started with that. Just kind of spacing things out here and taking down that last little house there. And I knew I definitely wanted some angles, because I like dealing with angles. It gives a lot of opportunity for extra creativity and just, you know, changes things up from the old square and box kind of builds. And then typically I like to use either stone bricks or cobble for like a foundation. So obviously with this one I went with the stone bricks. I also like to use the wood logs as an exterior kind of a structural thing. And I did try out the basalt instead of the yellow terracotta here, but it didn't work really whatsoever. So I went with the yellow terracotta and the dark oak. I like that combination of the colors. Just kind of figuring out windows and different things. There's a couple different elevation changes here too, so I kind of had to work with that. It kind of threw me off a little bit because things weren't quite lining up and matching up, but it all worked out in the end. And then for the roof pattern here, I've been into these different A-frame style roofs lately, and kind of went with something that I was working on before. So, but then with the angles, like this part here, it really started throwing me, and I had to really kind of think about what I was doing and how to do it and how to make it look good. But that's one of the challenges I like when using angles, and especially with roofs, because roofs can be pretty difficult just without angles. So then when you throw in angles to them, they can be a real challenge. And then I started out, I wasn't really sure what the roof material was going to be. I was trying the spruce, I was trying the polished blackstone bricks, and then I was like, maybe a combination of the spruce and the blackstone bricks. But that didn't work out too good either. I wasn't quite happy with that, so I just went with the blackstone, or the polished blackstone bricks, and I think I made the right choice. I really liked the way it turned out. So then here again on that back angle, this took me a little time. It doesn't really show the whole time involved in the thought process really through the sped up time lapse. But I actually paused this a few times and went back and forth and finally just got it the way I liked it. And I think in the end, when you coming up here, you'll see like the way that the two roofs kind of come together. I think it really worked out in the way that they all kind of connected together and kind of made sense. At least to me it made sense. Another design style that I've kind of incorporated lately is, if you look closely, you see the dark oak logs, the structure parts on the outside. I'm starting to bring those up a little higher through the roof, through that roof edge there. It's a little bit different, and I think it kind of gives it a different feel to it. I kind of like that thing. If you look closely too at the building to the left there, I also did it on that one. So kind of when I find something I like, I kind of tend to use it a lot. Here, just finishing up the roof, getting all that black stone in there. That black stone goes so nicely with the stone bricks. I really like that color. It's adding a little detail there on the roof corner. Adding a little details to the roof tips here. And I figured for the insets there in the top of the roof, going with a terracotta color, which this is actually just, plain old terracotta. I thought that was the way to go, since it is an all terracotta build, more or less. So that was my thinking there. And then inside here you can see like the different elevation changes. I didn't want to flatten it out and make it completely flat. I wanted to do what I could to work with those elevation changes. And here I think we're starting to add some detail to the windows. Or adding the windows. And then just do a little terraforming here, making a little pathway. And I figured, I was looking at the roof and I was like, it needs something. It needs a dormer type window or something. And I didn't really want to do the typical on the flat surface. So I made an attempt here to make the dormer kind of in the groove of the angle part there. And it took a little working, but I think it turned out really nice. It adds a little something to it. It's different. And I like the challenge of getting it to work. And this is just a kind of a quick spin around on the interior, just kind of working out the layout for the flooring and that. Adding a little detail, kind of filling in the gaps in the roof and where the walls and the roof connect. And then here I start adding the details to the kind of little roof overhangs there, and adding the details to the windows. I tend to use spruce trapdoors for window coverings. This time I did a little bit differently. I kind of covered the top half of the window and then left the bottom half with just the trapdoor open. This back when I didn't do that, so just kind of mix it up a little bit for each of them. Do a little terraforming here, just kind of making things look a little nice, kind of joining it up to the path there. And just finishing up some little details here. I think it came out really nice. For not having a plan for anything except the layout, I think it came out really nice. So I do hope you enjoyed watching that time lapse, and I hope you enjoy the build. I do hope that this series kind of picks up, and that you guys are willing to be involved here with me and do this together. I think it would be really fun, you know, have our own world, so to speak, and like I said, maybe have it as a downloadable map in the future. Just kind of build all kinds of stuff. This is creative mode. We can do whatever we want. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out of here. See ya. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you going? I got awesome over here on the left. I got more awesome over here on the right. And for all the awesome, click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you next time.